Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today I'm trying the Maker's Mark. It used to be the Maker's Mark Red Seal, but I think for some reason they axed the Red Seal, and now it's just the Maker's Mark. Yeah, it's their standard product, the product that they're selling all over the world as the Maker's Mark. And if you just order Maker's Mark, you get that one. If you want to have something different, they have another standard product, the Maker's Mark 46, but that's a whole different thing. If you want to have that, you have to say 46 to it. But this is the Maker's Mark. Some people may still know it as a Red Seal. It's 45%, and it's a very light, straightforward Kentucky straight bourbon. Yeah, it's the archetype of Kentucky straight bourbon. It's made to have no bitterness and no distracting roughness within the whiskey. It's just a nice, round, sweet, vanilla, caramel Kentucky straight bourbon. And within the production, they look at all the different production steps, and they have analyzed how that is affecting the flavor. That starts with the mash bill. They use a lot of wheat in it. Wheat makes the whiskey more round, more soft. Then with milling, they do a very coarse milling, because if you grind it down very, very fine, you get more of the proteins released, and the proteins make more of a bitter and heavy flavors within the fermentation. So they look at every step, and back to the cask in the very, very end. They only use stave that have been matured when they've been cut for 9 months or over 9 months, because then the tannins go out from the woods. And they only use American oak because that is softer and doesn't have that many tannins. Even then they mature them for longer. So that is all going into a very light, forward, enjoyable whiskey. And that's what it's all about with Maker's Mark. By the way, Maker's Mark is the oldest active whiskey distillery within the United States. And if you ever come around in Kentucky, around where Maker's Mark is, you have to visit it, because it's just such a beautiful place. It has a nice little creek running through it, and these old barn house style buildings, and their distilling house. It's very, very shiny and very nicely kept. And they did a bit of a expansion because of the high demand, but it's all very, very nicely done. And the visitor center is also very nicely done. You can do your own bottling with your own dunk, and it's very, 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 very nice. So yeah, and if you can't visit it because it's too far away, then go on Whisky.com or here on the YouTube channel to find a whiskey Maker's Mark distillery visit, and I will have a virtual distillery visit with you. So yeah, let's try it. Oh yeah, that is nice caramel, vanilla, sweetness, very soft, very round, not an edge to it. This is an edgeless whiskey as it gets. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the nice, round, forward tasting enjoyability. This is a whiskey, very forward, very light, very sweet, caramel, very nice. And this is a whiskey for your porch with your rocking chair when you have a nice, warm, sunny afternoon within Kentucky, and you've already done your work. So after works drink. Oh, that is beautiful. But it's a drink for when you've finished work and you don't have to go anywhere anymore, because it's dangerously nice for sipping at the side, and you don't realize you just have something sweet in your mouth, something tasty, something with volume, and that is dangerously close to when you drink a little bit more. So yeah, nice whiskey, and it's a straightforward whiskey. It's not a very complex whiskey. It's just a nice, enjoying whiskey. So if you like your whiskey with not so many edges, very archetypical Kentucky straight bourbon, then the Maker's Mark is for you. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.